Good morning, everyone. It's morning for another 15 minutes. We have been up doing school and breakfast. 5th grade math is no joke. We were doing tower addition and subtraction in the billions, so a little bit of a refresher course on regrouping. But hopefully he's doing good on his quiz at home.
I'm getting hot.
I know. Do you want it closed?
Yeah.
All right. Don't hit my car. Alright, we are obviously at the library. I don't know if you can see. We're at the library. No longer allowed to go in. I'm very sad.
Never.
No, I mean, the longest would be the school year. But they are getting ready to start having daycare kids in there. Thank goodness they were able to work out something that they can still do pickups, because otherwise all of the library staff would be on administrative leave. Even though we are going to start going to other branches, we will still do our books holds here because I want them to have work to do. It's also very easy to come here. We will too. Yeah, when we want to look at books on the shelf, we'll go to the other ones, but this is where we'll put our holds. So they should be out soon. Jack has 15, Sebastian has 12. Then we're gonna go get some drinks and do a forest walk. Hello all, we are obviously not in the forest. Sebastian was changing his mind and wanted to walk through the shopping center. So I messaged my husband saying we were gonna pick up some bagels from Starbucks after walking through the shopping center and bring them home. So he's like, cool, we got leftover soup, that would go well. But then Sebastian's like, no, let's go to the forest. But because that would take too long, my husband's hungry, we're gonna stick with the shopping center, see how many steps we can get in half an hour. And we'll order everybody some bagels and bring them home. It looks like the grocery store has both their doors open now. It's been limited to one for a long time. It looks so normal in there when we walk past the door. It's really weird that we haven't been in a grocery store since March. My husband's been in Costco, but he just goes to the pharmacy and then straight out. I don't think he's been through the regular store section very much. But yeah, I'll update you on the library situation a little later. Hello, we have been doing Benny class. Normally we would do mommy class or dino friends with our little dino here, but Benny wanted to do class. This is Benny when our old beloved golden retriever had to say goodbye. He had cancer. He gave Sebastian a little Benny. So he would always have Benny with him. We recently made him a little tag, which would be great if life was normal. It's got a phone number on the back so that we get a message if somebody calls it, and we can find him if he were to be left somewhere. We've never left him anywhere, but he used to go with us all the places we go, especially to gym class and the bagel shop. He has his little mask, though he hasn't left the house since lockdown, but we've been having fun. We were doing firefighter stuff. Finish up, we have to start nap. There's one more fire. The volcano drawing actually lit on fire, and now the chalkboard's on fire. So I did have a question, hi Cassie, of where we put our perler beads. So here are Sebastian's. He hasn't made all those. Some of them we've made for him, but he has made at least half of those. And at some point today, I will go in Jax's room and show you his. His are taking over his whole room. My husband and I, we either give them to the kids, or I have a few that I'm going to be putting downstairs by my desk. So that's where we put them right now.
You got what?
Our perler beads. For my husband, it's more just about making them. I'm not sure if he's going to put his down by his desk. And yeah, the kids just love to decorate, so I've given Sebastian permission to do this wall, and we just have poster putty holding them up. They're really lightweight. So yeah, that's what we do. We need to...
Well, God, gonna have poke.
No, that was just leaning. It's a little curved. We probably have to iron it again if we want to stick it.
That can get cut up.
It works for right now if you don't bump the chalkboard. Anyway, we are gonna go start nap time and keep going with our day.
One more.
Hello friends, let's wrap up this day. Now I think I might have mentioned that I would show you where Jax puts his perler beads when we complete a design. So some of these are his, most of these are his, but there's a lot that I have helped or done. There is a great wall with perler beads. I don't know what was up here that he took down. We're gonna have to move those dots. But yeah, the whole family worked on that one. That was the initial one from this round of perler beads we've been doing. Usually we only do it at Christmas, but because of quarantine, when we wanted to break from puzzles, we switched to this. We will be bringing puzzles to the Outer Banks in October. But Jax did a lot of these. I did do some, like I did that one from with him. Looks like it's about to pop off the wall. I did somebody else, but yeah, he did a lot of them. I did that little blue radish guy, and then he's just started putting more up here. I should suggest to him that he does them kind of in a rainbow. That would be super pretty. I have to do his laundry apparently. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. They are in there reading. It's pretty late because Sebastian took a nap, so we were able to stay up and just hang out. He wanted retro video games, so while I was painting rocks, my husband played games with him like Tetris, and I don't know what else they were playing. My husband played a round of the old Wheel of Fortune game. I always like that. I like calling out the answers. And as you saw, I was painting rocks finally. I felt like there's a million other things I could be doing, but I just really wanted to do that. There's no rocks left in our neighborhood. There's no rocks left outside our library. So I've been planning to do a few of those because they have like a planter with just rocks, like those beige and white garden rocks right outside. And so I had left a bunch of library and heart and thank you rocks when they reopened, and then lots of other rocks started appearing. It was really sweet. We were glad that more people were doing it, but then they started disappearing one by one, and now there's none left. It was down to like one little heart, and now they're all gone. So I was gonna do a whole bunch more, and then they closed the library, and now they're not allowed to use the front door. Don't think I said that, but yeah, the librarians have to go in and out of the loading dock, and the daycare gets the front door. Those poor librarians. I don't even know what's going on because now the chairman of the board of trustees has stepped down. He has quit. And everybody's like, why can you not? Like, the board of supervisors who made this decision to do the daycare is even like, I wish he hadn't. I don't know if that's just a statement and she doesn't really believe it, but that's what she said. And the rest of the board of trustees are like, well, why can you please come back? I don't know what's going on. It was a very brief article, but yeah, it's kind of a mess. All I know so far about the changes are they're going in and out of that back door, and the DVDs that are in the beginning of the library when you first come in apparently have all moved, and that's now a classroom. We can see in the children's library if we walk on the path around there, so I might like looky-loo if we take a walk around there. But to go by the window in the teen section where the DVDs were, you kind of have to walk in the grass behind the library, and that's a little much, a little too sneaky. And I don't walk in grass. Grass is itchy. But yeah, so the rocks, I can't put them right over there because librarians won't really see them. So I made one big rock, and I'm gonna find a place to put it by the return bin that they have out there, or by one of the pickup spots. And hopefully nobody will steal it. I signed the back, and it's just really big, and it's written to the Ashburn Library, so hopefully they can enjoy that. I have some other rocks painted for the neighborhood. I did some candy corns just because I think a lot of us have autumn and Halloween and stuff on the brain. something to look forward to. And then a couple other ones, I looked around on Etsy to try and get some inspiration. I'm not trying to sell these, so I don't really care if I steal ideas. These are just going out for free in the neighborhood. So my day before the evening, let's see. We did school. 5th grade math is no joke, and we're just like, we're kind of doing a review in this beginning chapter, but the review is using numbers in the millions and billions. So like reviewing stacked addition and subtraction, what we call it tower math. We're reviewing that, but using millions and billions. So we had to have quite the review together of like carrying numbers and borrowing, regrouping basically. And he did get it. I left him to do the quiz on his own. I saw that he had actually done all his work. I really drilled it into him. You have to do it. You have to do this out on the paper. And then I checked every time I did it, and I was saying you should really check it because it just takes like a couple more minutes and then you'll get 100%. He did not check it, he admits. He did do it on the paper and he got a 90%, so that's good. 9 out of 10. Hopefully that sticks. It looks like tomorrow he's reviewing the principles of multiplication. So that's gonna be another one. We'll see how that goes. He's working really hard and he definitely has way longer days, but it's closer to like the public school reality. So, I mean, it's probably good for him to have longer days if my husband wants him to go to public school next year. So we made it through that, and when he got to the point of having his math quiz and some history and a worksheet for math left, Sebastian and I went and picked up the books, chatted with the librarian ever so briefly as he dropped them off. And yeah, it was just really weird being back to just pulling up and having to call. No scheduling an appointment this time because they're apparently going to do a more formal system. So they just had their 5 spots and we just pulled up. There was a few other people who came right after us, but seemed to be running smoothly. We continued on from there to the shopping center. We were going to walk the forest loop, but when we pulled up, Sebastian's like, I kind of just want to walk back and forth in the shopping center. We do that if the weather is too rainy or too hot. And you know what? It got borderline too hot, like super humid, swampy. I think our DC weather forecasters rated today like 3 out of 10 forecast. It was so swampy and hot, like almost 90 and just super, super humid. So I wasn't that mad about him deciding that. We got some drinks from Starbucks. He got a little cake pop thing. And we started walking, but we got to the end. He's like, I changed my mind. I kind of want to go in the forest loop. And I had just messaged my husband, you know what, I think I'm going to pick up some bagels from Starbucks before we head back. And we had a big bowl of leftover soup. He's like, you know what, bagel would go good with that, just to have some bread with it. So yeah, bring me one if you're not going to take too long. If it was the forest loop, you'd probably take a long time. So I was like, okay, we'll walk for 30 minutes, get the bagels and head back. That's a late lunch for him already. He had a meeting at 1. We would get home at 1, but he was okay with that. And that was right when Sebastian's like, well, let's do the forest walk. I'm like, oh, dude, I just made plans. We can't. And he was okay with it. So we walked back and forth for as long as we possibly could. I didn't get enough steps. I'm still like 1,000 away from my minimum goal. It's just not going to happen because it's almost 10 o'clock, but it is what it is. It was raining after dinner, so we could not take another walk. But yeah, we did our walk. I put our order in for bagels for everybody. Sebastian likes the little Bentham bagels, whatever, how do you say that? They're like little balls with the cream cheese inside. Jax gets cinnamon raisin with butter. I get the vegan multigrain with butter, and my husband got in everything, just straight up. We brought those home and had lunch. Let's see, did we have time for anything else? I don't really think so. Sebastian was just all over the place, just doing little bits of school here and there. He's wanted to do crafts. I put out beads and pipe cleaners, so he was beading a bracelet. It's really good for the pincher grip, manual dexterity. So I was totally fine with him doing that. That's great for preschool. He's not feeling this coloring an apple worksheet, so I'm just gonna retire that one. It wasn't working, but he does not have any of the letter sounds down yet, so we need to circle back on those when we have more time. It's just, I've been devoting a lot of time towards helping Jax with his schoolwork. So we headed upstairs. He wanted to do one of his little mommy classes, but he takes advantage of me, and they quickly changed from a gym class to him just wanting to play with me, which is fine, and he needs it, but he gets so worked up and he doesn't get his energy out like when we do the gym classes. And I really did like him having somebody else like teaching the class to him and not just him doing what I say all day long. So I miss the gym classes, but I mean, they're all during nap time, all of them. It's so frustrating, but he promised to nap if we did the class, so we did it. He chose the theme of Benny, his stuffed dog. I can't really see him, Benny. It's too dark, we can't see you. We can see Colby Jack. Come here. Oh. Benny, you can take your mask off. You're at home. So it was Benny class. Benny joined us and watched. That's Colby Jack, the sea turtle back there. He watched. We had fun, and then he did take a nap, so that's good. We read a couple books, took a nap, and then after that, we ordered some burgers from the local place. I wasn't feeling like cooking, and everything my husband was craving, I just wasn't craving, because he wanted like pizza, and our soup is already like tomato and really Italian, so I was like, kind of Italianed out. So yeah, we had some burgers. I wanted French fries, well, tater tots, potatoes. Why are you guys so loud? Have you read him a single book? Have you read him anything? Because that doesn't count.
Well, I want that thing because only we get.
That's fine. Just can't make an X and we can't give any points. Anyway, yeah, so after all like the rock painting and the video games, we watched the most recent Bill and Ted movie together. And that finished like at 9:30, so here it is 10, and they've been in there supposedly reading, but they're just doing like one of those Where's Waldo style books, but Pokemon, and I was like, you can do some of it together, but it doesn't count towards like anybody's reading challenges, because you're not reading, you're just looking at pictures, and it's not like a picture storybook. It's like an activity. So it'll be up to Jax. He's gonna have to quickly decide if he wants to actually get some points, since he gets points for reading to his brother, but probably I'm gonna be here reading to Sebastian in a few minutes. So I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys and get changed and still my clothes so I can lay down with him. I've not done any Animal Crossing today, so I need to check on that. I don't know, I just feel like school takes over my life. But yeah, gonna wrap up this Thursday. My husband is off for 4 days. Yay. I'm assuming he's gonna go see his best friend, so probably won't see him too much tomorrow, but yeah. Good night, guys. Stay healthy and safe. Please, 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 if you are in the United States and you have a long weekend, make safe choices, please, for me. And yeah, don't forget, wash your hands.